Hello everyone and welcome to Who is Best, a show where I, Claudine, take games that give you choices and rate those choices in a tier list. Today we will be examining the many characters of Final Fantasy VI. An untouchable classic, Final Fantasy VI is also known for having the largest playable cast of any title in the series. There are 14 playable characters, including 2 hidden ones that we will be looking at. Now there are many different ways of playing this game. Stat building is highly customizable with the Esper system, which allows you to customize your party's roles to a certain extent. Now there will be a lot of discussion over this, but in the end, magic is easily the most overpowered ability in the game. Despite awesome skills like Shadow's throw ability or Sabin's blitz, magic just still outperforms them. So characters with naturally high magic stats are going to be placed higher on the list. With that being said, let's get started with the tier. First on the crap tier is Umaro, a hidden character. You get Umaro towards the end of the game, and by this time you have most likely built a winning strategy. Umaro is a character that is constantly under the Berserk status, meaning you don't control him at all. Being unable to equip Espers is just one more thing that puts this guy on the undisputed bottom of the list. The final character on the crap tier is Cyan. The beloved swordsman has a decent magic stat that could, with extensive grinding, be better, but he is insanely slow, and with that, his Bushido skills require a load time. So add these together and you have a slow and mostly useless character. But damn that mustache. Low tier. Strago's lores keep him just out of the crap tier. White Wind and Mighty Guard have always been useful Final Fantasy staples. He also has equipment that can be game-breaking as far as damage goes, but it's based off the amount of steps you take, and, well, there are a lot of steps to take. Setzer is pretty useless throughout the game. Endgame, he can jump up quite impressively with high damage attacks that require 0 MP. But again, this takes extensive grinding that is hard to do when that means using a mostly useless party member for most of the game. Mid-tier. Final Fantasy has always had awesome ninja characters. Yuffie, Edge, Ramza as a ninja, but Shadow stands as the undisputed best. He is just an all-around cool character, and all-around is a pretty good description of him in this game. Shadow's throw ability and natural strength and speed make him a decent character. His magic stat really is what brings him down from being a much better character. Gogo is the perfect definition of a mid-tier character. He is useful in the sense that he can have 3 of any character's ability. Mug, Bushido, Runic. He will also have a mix of characters' magic and can mimic the last action used. His stats can't be boosted, and so this makes him really a support accessory more than a party member. This is where the list is really going to lose some diehard fans. The last on the mid-tier is Edgar, a beloved character with a mixture of awesomely creative and powerful tools at his disposal. But by endgame, these are outperformed by magic. He has a good magic stat, and the ability to equip Dragoon relics, which makes him a decent offensive character. But he doesn't rise above the others in the party, pushing him just out of the top tier. Top tier. First on the top tier is the beloved Mog. Mog's greatest strength is that he is the only one who can equip the epic armor Snow Scarf. This gives him the ability to tank almost any attack. His well-rounded stats give him the opportunity to become anything your party requires. Blitz is one of the best character-specific abilities in the game. Sabin's endgame Blitz do insane damage. And not just this, but it's also a magic-based ability, which means that his magic stat adds to this. On top of all this, Sabin is pretty much useful throughout the entire game. In this YouTuber's humble opinion, Locke is the undisputed best character in Final Fantasy VI. His insistence that he's a treasure hunter, not a thief, as well as his romance with Celeste, make him god tier in my opinion. But looking at him objectively, Locke is a top tier candidate with the ability to use the best equipment in the game combined with the best relics makes his damage output amazing. He is simply a powerhouse with the added plus of Capture Mug. Next on the list is Celeste, a lesser version of Terra. Celeste can become one of the most powerful mages in the game, and like I said, magic simply comes out on top in Final Fantasy VI. In essence, she's best used as a mage tank with magic damage output and equipment that nullifies magic attacks. The final member of the top tier is by far the most controversial. Casual players might write off Realm as the worst character in the game, but by abusing the power of magic in this game, Realm, with her highest natural magic stat of any other character and her unique equipment, can make her unstoppable by endgame. God tier. Gao, like Realm, can be written off as a painfully useless character. His rage ability puts him into a berserk state, which is already pretty undesirable. But don't underestimate how broken this little guy can be. There's a rage for about everything in this game. It's a little time consuming, but this character, if used by a veteran, can take on every boss by himself. And the final member of the God tier is Terra. Terra, with endgame spells and morph, makes her utterly unstoppable. She simply destroys everything. Now, as for best party formation, again, this is really up to preference. If you want a mix of mages and physical attackers, then use Terra, Realm, Locke, and Gao. If you want a full-on mage team, use Terra, Realm, Celeste, and mimic their attacks with Go-Go. If you want a full-on powerhouse team, use Locke, Terra, Celeste, and Realm. I guess what I'm saying is that there are a lot of different optimal team builds. And that's my list. Did we get it right? Let me know what your tier list in the comments down below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.